Merry Christmas! Now I'm sure with Christmas being right around the corner and the fact that we just got done talking about it, you've probably already watched Elf in your Christmas watch list. And we learned that when everyone believes in Santa, the reindeer have enough power to fly, even without a rocket strapped to them. Well, today I'm going to show you there's enough evidence to prove that children believing in Santa doesn't actually make the reindeer fly. Get ready because I'm about to ruin Christmas for you. Okay, now follow me on this journey. Back at the North Pole, Papa Elf explains to us just how Santa is able to fly, and how since the 60s, Santa's sleigh needed a rocket to make it fly because not enough people believe in Santa.
That's why I came up with this little beauty in the 60s.
When Papa Elf is showing off the sleigh, look at the clausometer gauge. It's only at about 17% power. That's not much, but it's something, right? Okay, so that means that the rocket has to make up for the other 83% of missing power. Okay, so watch this. We go on a journey with Buddy where he feels rejected as an elf.
Why don't you just say it? I'm the worst toy maker in the world.
Then tries to find his father and feels rejected by his father, and he's about ready to give up on everything. Everything including Santa Claus, and decides to throw it all away. And if you watch, that's the exact same moment that we see Santa falling out of the sky. And why did his rocket fail?
The clausometer suddenly just dropped down to 0. There's just no Christmas spirit anymore.
That's right, the engine now had to take up the extra 17% of power that was lost from the reindeer.
The strain was too much. The engine broke free of her mount.
When Santa crash lands in the park, we see that he lost the rocket and needs to run the sleigh 100% on being believed in. That's right, Santa lost the final 17% from the clausometer. But here's the moment that I realized that the kids don't actually matter to Santa Claus. At least when it comes to Santa's transportation. In the park, the clausometer is at 0%, not 2% or even 1%. It's at 0%. All these kids in the store believed in him enough to tell him what they wanted for Christmas and sit on his lap, but the kids never stopped believing in Santa. All these kids in the store believed in Santa, the kids on the TV believed in Santa, so then why is the clausometer at 0? Unless their belief doesn't even move the needle. When Buddy's stepbrother Michael was reading from the naughty and nice list what people wanted for Christmas, all the kids seemed happy that Santa has what they want on his list. Not surprised, happy. Because they already believed in Santa in the first place. So much so that they told him what they wanted for Christmas. Only the adults seemed shocked to find out that Santa actually knew what they wanted for Christmas. They also don't show us that the gauge moved after the kids confirmed that they believed in Santa. But when the reporter realized that Santa was real, they gave us another confirmation that adults moved the clausometer gauge.
Show attendant wants a Tiffany engagement ring and for her boyfriend to stop dragging his feet and commit already.
Oh! We've got power!
Santa didn't know at the time when he took Buddy home, but having Buddy as an adult human living at the North Pole was his unknown secret to keeping the clausometer alive. You might call it a type of insurance. Because I don't know about you, but it would be hard for me to not believe in Santa Claus if I was living at the North Pole, hanging out with the elves, and seeing Santa every day. Don't forget, they treat every single day like Christmas. Remember the clausometer dropped a full 17% just from Buddy giving up on Santa? So it seems that up until this moment in time, Buddy was literally the only adult in the world that still believed in Santa. Okay, so I hear you commenting that 17% is a lot for one person to move the needle. But let me remind you that Buddy is an exception to the case, an extreme Santa fan. And he treated every single day like Christmas. Now, if you remember everything about the movie Elf, you're gonna say that when Michael believed in him, the gauge moved. But did it really move because of Michael? Look who's happy again, just like they were when it was at 17%. That's right, Buddy has his spirit back. Then at the last moment, Santa was gonna crash into everyone and everyone was gonna die, unless one more person believed in him just enough to move the needle, and that one person was an adult. So moving forward, if you watch the movie, you find out that Santa figured this out actually. Because now not only does he have one human hanging out at the North Pole, but 3. That would guarantee that the sleigh will always have at least 51% power, by having 3 adult humans living with them at the North Pole. Well, 3 when the baby grows up. So if you want Santa's reindeer to fly, you have to get the adults to believe in Santa. The movie made it clear that adults have to believe that Santa is real for the sleigh to fly. They never say that the person doesn't also have to love Santa, or even like him for that matter. Just believe in him. So if an adult that believes in Santa 100% adds 17% to the power of the sleigh, that means all Santa would have to do to always have 100% power guaranteed is he needs to kidnap 6 adults and hold them hostage at the North Pole indefinitely. So if your parents are missing Christmas morning, you know what happened to them. Theories aren't something that I always do here, but when I do, it's because I thought it was a crazy theory. What do you think about this theory? Let me know in the comments below. Also, click that join button if you want your name up here in the lights. But until our next adventure, let me know what movie you want to talk about most. Whoa. And until our next adventure, remember, most importantly of all, share a smile. They are contagious.